Hello, world! Welcome back to Corgi News Network, the only news show hosted by a dog who believes every story should have a happy ending, and preferably a treat at the end. I'm your host, the Corgi with the Scoop, and today is Saturday, January 10th, 2026. We have a massive show for you today. We're talking about miracles happening in animal shelters, the ocean cleaning itself up, science going deep underwater to save the planet, and a global movement of kindness that is literally taking over the internet. But first, let's start with something that made my tail wag so hard I almost knocked over my water bowl. Our top story today comes from the world of rescue dogs, and it is a tearjerker in the best possible way. You know, sometimes the world feels big and scary. I get it. Vacuum cleaners exist, thunder happens, but for a dog named Rosalind, the whole world was terrifying. Rosalind is a one-year-old pup who found herself at the Barkville Dog Rescue in the United States, and when I say she was scared, I mean she was shut down. The volunteers there said she was the most terrified dog they had ever seen. She was so paralyzed by fear that she couldn't even walk on a leash. If they tried to take her out, she would just freeze. Imagine being that scared. It breaks my heart. But here is where the humans stepped up. A volunteer named Bruna refused to give up on her. Bruna saw that beneath the trembling, there was a soul that just wanted to be loved. Since Rosalind couldn't walk, Bruna did something amazing. She picked her up. She carried her outside into the sunshine. She just sat with her. Bruna said, "I wanted to show her that the world is not as scary as it once felt and that good people still exist." She posted a video of Rosalind's journey online, and you know what happens when a dog video goes viral? Magic! A veterinarian named Dr. Andy saw the video. He didn't see a broken dog. He saw a patient who needed a different kind of medicine, love. He reached out immediately. He said, "I'll be there the moment you open." And he was. When Rosalind met Dr. Andy, something incredible happened. The dog who couldn't move, the dog who shook in the corner, she started wagging her tail. She showered him with kisses. It was like she knew, she just knew, this is him, this is my human. Dr. Andy adopted her right then and there. It's being called a Christmas miracle that spilled over into January 2026. Rosalind went from the corner of a pen to a forever home where she will never have to be afraid again. If that doesn't start your day off right, I don't know what will. Now let's trot over to the East Coast of the United States, specifically Boston. If you are a human who enjoys seafood, this is big news. For centuries, literally hundreds of years, parts of Boston Harbor were off limits for harvesting shellfish. The water just wasn't clean enough. Pollution, industry, all that yucky stuff humans used to do before they knew better. But guess what? We are cleaning up our act. A new report just came out from the Division of Marine Fisheries. They have analyzed the water and the results are in. Winthrop, Hingham, and Hoe, these are areas in the harbor, are now officially safe for shellfishing. This means oysters, mussels, and clams from these waters could be on dinner plates by late 2026. This isn't just about tasty snacks for humans. It is a huge environmental victory. It proves that when you stop polluting and start cleaning, nature bounces back. The harbor is healing. Beth Daly, a general manager at the Conversation US, called it a terrific step for the city. She said she would absolutely eat shellfish from there now. That is a ringing endorsement. It shows that the billions of dollars spent on cleanup are actually working. We're undoing the mess of the past, one oyster at a time. Speaking of water and smart science, let's swim across the Atlantic to Norway. We all know fresh water is super important, but making fresh water from ocean water, desalination, usually takes a ton of energy. You have to pump the water, push it through filters, and it costs a lot of electricity. But in Norway, engineers are thinking deep, like really deep. There's a new project called Flocean One. Instead of building a big factory on land, they're putting the desalination system at the bottom of the ocean, about 300 to 600 meters down. Why? Because down there, the weight of the ocean creates huge pressure naturally. They're using that natural pressure to help push the water through the filters. It's brilliant. By doing this, they think they can cut energy use by 30 to 50%. Plus, it doesn't take up any land on the coast, and it costs way less to build. They're testing it right now off the coast of Norway. This is the kind of innovation that makes me excited. It's working with nature, not against it. Using the ocean's own power to create clean drinking water. That is a win-win if I ever heard one. Now, let's talk about something that's happening right now all over the world. We often hear about viral trends that are silly or dangerous, but what if a viral trend was just being nice? In Dubai, at the 1 Billion Followers Summit, which sounds like a lot of people to sniff, they just launched a campaign called 1 Billion Acts of Kindness. This is huge. They got 20 of the world's biggest content creators, including Mr. Beast, to lead the charge. The goal is exactly what it sounds like, to inspire 1 billion individual acts of kindness across the globe. And it's not just talk. They've already logged over 170,000 acts of kindness in just a few weeks. People are volunteering to help the elderly, planting trees, helping the homeless, and raising money for charity. One of the organizers said the goal is to transform digital influence into tangible, positive change. That's fancy talk for using the internet to make real life better. Imagine that. Instead of arguing in the comments section, people are going out and doing something good, then sharing it to inspire others. It's a snowball effect of goodness. If they hit 1 billion, that's going to change the world. And honestly, even if they only hit 500 million, that's still a lot of wagging tails. Finally, let's head back to Washington, D.C. for a story about the future of medicine. Sometimes science plays it safe. You do a little study, you get a little result. But sometimes you need to take a big swing to hit a home run. That's the idea behind a new piece of legislation introduced yesterday called the Launching X Labs for Breakthrough Science Act. I know, it's a long name, but the idea is simple and awesome. It's creating a new initiative at the National Institutes of Health called X Labs. These labs are designed to fund high-risk, high-reward research. We're talking about the kind of science that sounds like science fiction until it actually works. They want to find cures for diseases we thought were incurable. They want to find the next generation of cancer therapies. Rep. Josh Harder, who introduced the bill, said the current model is a bit old-fashioned. He wants to bring a startup mentality to medical research. He wants to unlock hundreds of millions of dollars for the most ambitious ideas out there. This is about finding the manufacturing needs of the future and unlocking the best performing microbes. It's about supercharging the search for solutions. As a dog, I don't know much about microbes, but I know that when humans work together to solve big problems, amazing things happen. This bill is a promise that we're not just going to accept diseases as a fact of life. We're going to fight them with the wildest, smartest ideas we have. So, let's recap the day. We have Rosalind the dog, safe and loved in her new home. We have Boston Harbor cleaner than it's been in centuries. We have Norwegian robots making water at the bottom of the sea. We have the internet uniting for 1 billion acts of kindness. And we have the government betting big on medical breakthroughs. If that doesn't make you feel good about the future, I suggest you go find a ball and throw it. It always works for me. That's all for today's edition of Corgi News Network. Remember, the world is full of good smells and good people. You just have to keep your nose to the ground to find them. I'm your host, signing off. Stay positive, everyone.